Hello everyone, this video is about a cheating narcissist. We all know that narcissistic people lie, cheat and manipulate everyone and everything throughout their lives. This is about cheating on their partners. Narcissistic people need attention from those around them. They do not care for positive or negative so long as they are getting attention. Narcissists are only interested in what they believe and what they can gain. With the lack of empathy, they don't care about those around them. They are always looking for a bigger and better deal. If they come to you through cheating, they will most likely leave you by cheating. As far as I knew when I got with my narcissist, I believed them to be single. Their ex and the parent of the narcissist's older child were living with someone new and had another child, so I knew that they were over years ago. Yet I do wonder now, after the one that they cheated on me with when they split up came to me and told me that the narcissist had informed them that they were indeed in a relationship when they met me, and they were even going to buy a flat with that person, that I trapped them by falling pregnant so that they had to stay with me. I kindly explained that we got together in September 2011 and the narcissist moved in very shortly afterwards, which they'd moved in with my replacement within a week of leaving me, so they knew how fast the narcissist liked to work. And if she'd like to have a look on my Facebook, you can see that I met the narcissist in 2011 and our firstborn was actually planned and arrived in 2013, April. So that's just a 17-month pregnancy. Something doesn't quite add up with the narcissistic story there. But knowing what the narcissist is like, I bet they were in a relationship now. The narcissist most likely did cheat on someone to get with me. Not because I was any better, just because I had something the narcissist wanted. I can only believe now, from looking at the history of the narcissist and what the narcissist is doing now, that would be a roof over their heads. If someone tells you they've cheated in the past, listen and look closely to the story that they are telling you. And then if it doesn't sound great, run and never look back. An empathetic person may have tried cheating once, especially if they're in a narcissistic relationship and not getting attention out of that relationship. But they will hate themselves for it. People with empathy will regret it and learn from it and not do it again. Narcissistic people, if you listen to them, they're proud of it and they have done so multiple times. They seem to brag about it, especially the somatic narcissist. You will never be enough for them. No matter what you do, it'll never be enough. They're always looking for more. You give, whilst they just take, and it's never ending. A lot will say things to you like, I'd never cheat on you, I'd leave you before I cheated, or I've lived and I've done that now, I'm ready to settle down. Yet they've left several other families and children behind them, blaming all the crazy exes for doing so, and often going back to these crazy exes. Some say the narcissist side of the bed actually starts smelling when they're cheating and that the bedding needs washing quicker, is a sign that they've found out when they've been cheating on them. Another sign is your instinct. It's trying to tell you something. No, it's nothing to do with your past. As a narcissist will say, you're just insecure. That's because that happened in your last relationship, if you do ask them. So just listen to your instinct. Some narcissistic people just enjoy getting away with sneaking around behind others' backs, as they think they make the rules and they enjoy breaking rules that they don't believe in. They live for the thrill-seeking adventure. If they can, most narcissistic people will try and cheat on you. A lot will try and do it with a sibling, a best friend or a neighbour, just to try and twist that knife in even more. One of my lovely, amazing friends, who is an absolute star, spoke to me one evening rather concerned, as my narcissist, who we were actually a couple at the time, had been messaging her. She didn't want to tell me because she didn't want to ruin the friendship or the relationship. That strengthened our friendship no end. Anyone who can come and tell you that and not just go and sleep with them is a friend for life. I love that friend so much for who they are, yet even more for their openness and their honesty in a difficult situation that they'd been unwillingly put in by the narcissist. They're not always huge flirts, narcissistic people, but some are incredibly flirty. Some people do just have a flirty personality, but they do not cheat. If your instinct jumps out and you ask them about flirting, empaths would apologise sincerely for coming across that way and try not to upset you again. A narcissistic person would respond with things like, "You're insecure, you're just crazy." Some cheat because deep down they actually fear so much of being alone. So it's a huge need for them to feel and need wanted. So they need backup plans, yet they have no regard to how cheating affects you. Narcissistic people are deep down extremely insecure, but they'd never admit this to themselves, let alone other people. So are they born this way? Were they abused as a child or neglected and feel like they were neglected as a child? Were they heavily bullied at school? So the narcissist as a child turned to fight mode. Please see my fight, freeze, fawn video for more information on this. And they never recovered from it. You cannot help them. Most may not even remember or know why they are the way they are. They may have been abandoned as a child and never worked through it, or they might have had two separated parents fighting over them and spoiling them, constantly forcing them to choose between each parent. They might have a narcissistic parent themselves, or they may have turned to drugs that sent them this way. There isn't any proven way yet as to why they've turned out the way that they do. There's only lots of different speculation. I will add some children can be spoiled or ignored and turn out with great empathy. Some use drugs for medical reasons and are doing just fine. They're not running around destroying lives. So narcissistic people cheat simply because they desire to be needed and wanted. They need attention. Jealousy. As narcissistic people, they will project their true selves onto others. So they may seem jealous of you around the opposite sex, and they may tell you things like, "I don't like that person." They may even actually accuse you of cheating on them. Not all liars are cheaters, yet all cheaters are liars. Narcissists, as you probably know all too well, can look you straight in the eye and without even blinking straight up lie to you. They tell some of the most outrageous stories and they are so convincing with their lies, possibly because they believe their own lies as a reality. In the beginning, you'll not know. As you get to know them, you may start to question them. And when you really know them, you can spot them lying a mile away. A lot of cheaters have narcissistic personality disorder. Not all, and a rare few narcissists do not cheat. Not all narcissists are cheaters. Some enjoy breaking up marriages purely because they're jealous. So if you meet someone who's previously had a lot of married people, that's a big red flag. They are thrill seekers. They're not all thrill seekers, but some like to cheat for the thrill of it. If they've told you, "I'll never cheat on you, I cheated on my ex because of X, Y, and Z, and I cheated on that one because of A, B, and C. Oh, and on that one because they just gave me no affection," you're listening to a liar who will cheat on you. Another sign they're cheating is their phone is so locked up, even the FBI can't get into it. They've blocked you on Facebook. It doesn't matter if they've said to you they're over with who they're with anyway, and the current partner, they're not together anymore. If they're not separated, it is not over. Yes, a lot fall for the charm of the victim story that the narcissist says. We are allowed to make mistakes, admit mistakes, learn from them and move on, something that narcissists seem incapable of doing. They much prefer to hit that repeat button. We can all hit that repeat button, but at some point most empaths' reality kick in and we stop hitting repeat, no matter how hard it can be to do that. Narcissistic people have a lack of morals. They have a lack of respect for those around them and property. Happy to litter, happy to break rules, happy to break boundaries. So to them, cheating is fine so long as the narcissist is happy. Watch closely to how they treat the parents. No respect means quite often that they have no respect for others. If they treat them with respect, they are more likely to treat you with respect. Just because cheaters can have a narcissistic personality disorder doesn't mean that all cheaters are narcissistic people. It is on a spectrum and everyone can have a trait or two of narcissism. It's when they've got all the traits that you are dealing with a narcissist. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.